SAMANTSES.
It's the semantics.
You'll find crochet tutorials.
It's the semantics.
For your favorite superheroes.
It's the semantics.
Make your awesome card home decor.
It's the semantics.
American English doesn't have to be a bore.
It's the semantics.
With semantics, antics, and more.
It's the semantics.
Hi guys, it's Samantha Goodheart with thesemantics.com and thesemantics.etsy.com. Today I'm going to be talking about the Loops and Threads Impeccable yarn, which can be found at Michael's stores. Now this yarn is basically my go-to yarn when I'm using a smaller hook, like a 4mm hook. And I have made quite a bit of things with it. The amigurumi behind me, most of them were actually used with the solid Impeccable yarn. This Captain America shield was used with it. This scarf was used with it. And the crochet hook holders that I make were used with it. Now this one actually comes in a bigger size skein also. They are 582 yards for the big skeins, and then the small ones are 192 yards. But then they also have Impeccable Big Solids, which have 858 yards, and that is quite a bit. I have not gotten any of those yet. But I do like how these are, because the colors, when they change, they only last, I mean, when I'm doing it, I'm usually doing double crochet, so they only last about 4 stitches, which is probably 8 stitches with single crochet. But you can see it has kind of a nice pattern to it when you've finished. And the colors don't really line up, which I don't really like, but I mean, what can you really do? Not many actually do line up well. But this one, this color is called Luxury. This comes in the small and the big skeins. This one has been discontinued, of course, because that's what happens. And this one is called Stillness. This was actually the second scarf I ever made. So I made this quite a while ago when I first learned to crochet. But it's all shells. And you can see that the color changes are very quick, but it still works out pretty well, and I like it. But yeah, it's not very soft, which is why I use it for things other than scarves. But I mean, after you wash it a few times, it kind of gets a bit soft, although this is pretty rough still. Yeah, I probably wouldn't wear that. This has been sitting in the closet. But it's great for toys and props and all that fun stuff. I would highly recommend it for things like that, but I would not recommend it for clothing or accessories that you would be wearing. But it's great for crochet hook holders. And I actually do have the pattern for these available if you would like in my Etsy shop. And then you can make it. And I think that's pretty much it. There are a lot of colors available. Unlike some other Loops and Threads yarns, the Impeccable Big Skeins are also the same color schemes as some of the smaller ones, which is nice, because then instead of getting 3 skeins of this, you can just get one of the Impeccable Big Skeins. And I noticed that they stopped doing that with the Charisma yarn, which kind of sucks, but what can you do? Absolutely nothing. Just like when they discontinue the colors, which is always fun. But yeah, so I would recommend it for props and things, stuff that you're not going to be wearing, because it can get a bit itchy and it's not very soft, but it's very easy to use, especially with a 4mm hook. And they do recommend a 5, which kind of makes it a bit soft, but not so much, not where you would want to wear it. But hey, you might want to. You might deal with that. It's like wearing heels. I won't do it, or, not unless I really needed to, where I had to wear heels, but some people do it and it hurts their feet. I just don't understand it. So some people might want to crochet something to wear and deal with the pain or the itchiness, because it's not painful. But yeah, I'd recommend it. Pretty good yarn. So thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, take care.